Hello comic book fans, here's Earl Grey, Panellogy 100, with my next Jodo video about Before the Incal, drawn by Zoran Janjetov. And as you can guess, this is the prequel to the Incal. It was a 6-issue series, and for all of you who loved or liked the Incal, this is a must, I think, because we learned so much more about the world of John Difool. Here he is, young Difool, in the lower parts of the pit city where he has to bring clients to his mother, who is a prostitute. Here we see her with her lover, the snail guy who helps her doing drugs. She's addicted to drugs because of a sickness she has. And yeah, this is John Difool with his friends, and he soon loses his virginity between the legs of this giant homeo geisha. Yeah, we learn how he meets Dipo, who was given to him by his dying mother. Dipo is sometimes called concrete dove, sometimes a concrete swallow. Let's just call him concrete bird. And he hasn't a too easy childhood either, so these two are really made for each other. And I think somehow Jodorowsky exaggerates this bad youth of John Difool a bit too much. His father is a prisoner and ex-con and a thief who does a thievery job with his son in this obscure masquerade. And soon they see how his mother commits suicide in a suicide alley where the aristos, the upper class jerks, pee on the dying people. And yes, really, this is John Difool's mother who falls into the lake of acid to die, to commit suicide. Yeah, so it's really over the top, but we can understand the flaws in John Difool's character, because everyone who has survived such a bad youth has every right to have some flaw here or there in his character. And actually it's a wonder that John Difool turns out sometimes to be really a hero. He always he's very changeable. He has a development from jerk to hero and back again, and this makes the whole story really interesting, I think. I heard complaints that John Difool here is a bit out of character, because after a while he has these heroic moments where he overcomes his dark demons and is really good. Here he has a relationship with this Bambi girl, but soon enough the henchmen of the government interrupting this rendezvous, and I find the society, the structure of the society Jodorowsky created here in this comic very unsettling, because it's so detailed. We have not just one tyrant and his henchmen, but 3 of them. There are the police groups and the technopriests and the aristocrats and they're interacting and working together to make sure that the few can rule the many. But John Difool becomes this detective, and soon he finds out a question which seems to bring this society structure, this injustice, tyrant system to a collapse, almost to a collapse. Because he questions, where are all the babies that the prostitutes should have? Aside from John Difool, who was brought up by his mother, there seem to be no babies, no children between the prostitutes. And he makes this his first big case, and he creates quite a wave with this, and brings the whole society, the rulers, the upper class dudes, in opposition to him. They all fight him, and it's a straight narrative, straight detective story, not so much esoteric stuff like in the Inca, and this is an aspect I really dig, that this is more almost a hard-boiled, not crime noir because of the colors, but in this vein story. Like I said, really a must, and we come to learn or meet again all the characters from the main incal proper, so to speak. I think the connection, the link between this book and the incal is not always really satisfying, because the esoteric aspects of the incal aren't more comprehensible after you read this book. They are just thrown at us. So here it is, here is this, and there is that, and deal with it. But the good thing is it's told in the course of very few pages, so the setup for the incal doesn't take too much space in this book here. The main thing is the detective story. And some purists may say, okay, with the prequel and the sequel, the circular structure of the incal is destroyed. And I agree, of course, you're right. But anyhow, I really think that this story is justified just by the fact that Jodorowsky himself drew it. So we don't have this Alan Moore case of the creator in opposition to this creation. And the Jodoverse for sure is much bigger and intriguing when you read this book. Art-wise, the book is by far not as polished as the Technopriests that Zoran Janjetov drew after this, before the Inca. Here he is about to develop his style, and he's improving with each page. He redrew the bulk of it, at least, maybe all of it, because he wasn't satisfied with the first version of it. But even though when after redrawing this here, it can't compete with the smoothness, the consistency of the technopriests. But here and there you can see already this signature combination of computer rendering and drawing, which Jan Difool, as one of the few, can handle so that it's not annoying. This looks quite amazing. Yeah, he improves over the run of this comic, and this panel actually could be in the Technopriests. It's has this crazy quality to it. If you like a well-drawn comic story, just in comparison to the Technopriest, it felt a bit flat here or there, but overall it's really nicely drawn stuff here, and well constructed, fantastic universe we can witness here. If you like all these things, you should grab your version of this book here, regardless in which language it is translated. I'm sure it's a good addition to your comic book collection. So, boom. Thanks for listening and watching. Goodbye.